Chers auditeurs,
Dear listeners,
bonjour.
welcome to Comme d'Archi Podcast Season 6.
Saison 6, dans le monde fascinant des architectes.
And in the architectural projects.
Je suis Anne-Charlotte Deponte, passionnée d'architecture et docteur des universités en histoire de l'archi.
I am one of the spokespersons of Anne-Charlotte, who is a PhD in architecture history.
Merci
Thank you
d'être avec moi aujourd'hui.
to be with us today.
Et
And
maintenant,
now,
lundi en français, place au talent.
and Wednesday, let's talk projects. In English, of course.
Bienvenue dans Comme d'Archi.
Discover the second part of this two-part interview. Can you tell us about your projects?
Yes, I keep working in France, in Europe, in different scales. As I mentioned previously, it can be a train station nearby Paris, an old artist house from the 60s, which is going to be open to the public, like a tiny, small, lovely, small museum, to large or not so large residential building. Yes, I've got the extreme chance to keep working on different scale, different places, different program, different questions, which stays very, very exciting for the daily life that I've got. I can develop a bit on the train station, which is a mix between a train and basically it's a metro station. But Paris, 20 years ago, decided to imagine the city as a large metropole. And the city of Paris questioned many personalities, urbanists, architects, sociologists, writers, and so on. And one of the most realistic projects was to conceive a new metro line, which is a large circle around Paris, linking the north, west, south, and east together with this metro line to avoid the fact that the center of Paris could be the way to imagine the mobility, and Paris concentrate all the lines, all the dynamic in terms of mobility, which has to change if you want to think this metropole of Paris as a new space of living together. So this metro combine, I cannot remember, a few stations, and I've got the chance to do one of them. And so it's a metro, so it's quite low in the soil. It's minus, I think, 30 meters or 25 meters, I cannot remember. So you've got to go down to get your train. But on the top floor, on the bottom floor, you've got a train station with all the accommodation that you are expecting for a train station. But also, we realized quite quickly that this train station is bringing mobility, but not only. It's going to bring a new dynamic in terms of urbanism, a new way of living when you live in these suburbs, because you don't have to go anymore in the center of Paris to go to school. You don't have to go to the center of Paris to imagine your entertainment, your social life, and so on. Suddenly, your life could be much more circular. So it will bring a brand new dynamic in terms of metropole development. So we thought that it could be nice to organize a very calm and simple space when you can realize which day we are, if it's rainy or sunny outside, if it's the summer or winter, again outside, because one of the key elements of the project was to bring light down to earth, down to the rail, down to 30 meters where the key for the metro will be. with the light, with the nature, with art. I'm working with two artists, Laurent and Cyril Berger. And we decided to do a very clear and simple structure to illustrate this, open to the exterior. So it's sort of invitation to come in, invitation from the west and the east, the south and north for sure also, and to keep the project simple, because it's a very, very complicated program. It's not easy. So we are with a team, a large team, working hard to keep it simple, to keep this invitation of pleasure, of a daily life, a daily pleasure of mobility.
Who is your client?
The client is the Société du Grand Paris, the SGP, which is in charge to realize the whole circle for this new lines for the metro. It's due to open to the public in 2026. We are supposed to finish the work on site by the end of 2025, and they will need a year of test and before to open it to the public. But it will be a mess. It's not so far. We are really working hard every day on that, and but it will be a real change for the large Paris as we can imagine it for tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
And thank you, dear listeners. And see you next Wednesday for our new Comme d'Archi in English. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening, and thanks to the sound engineer who was collaborating with us today. Don't forget to tune in to our previews on Instagram at Comme d'Archi Podcast. If you enjoy this podcast, don't hesitate to promote it by giving it 5 stars and a little comment on Apple Podcast or on your favorite podcast platform. And above all, subscribe to listen to all of our episodes for free. See you soon, and until then, take care of yourself.